Hello guys, Grand Admiral Wilhelmus here. I hope you guys are having a great day so far, and I want to welcome you back to my Star Wars lore series. Today we're going to be talking about Kuat Drive Yards, also known or abbreviated as KDY, which was the largest military shipbuilding corporation in the galaxy at the time of the Galactic Civil War, based off the planet of, you guessed it, Kuat.
Commence primary ignition.
I have you now.
Kuat Drive Yards mainly sold its products to the Galactic Empire and the Galactic Republic previously. Many Kuat products could be found in TIE fighters, armored fighting vehicles such as AT-STs and AT-ATs, Star Destroyers, and other military vehicles. Kuat Drive Yards did not sell only to the Imperials, however. Many planetary governments purchased its weapons for the purposes of defending their planet from the war. These circumstances helped to make Kuat Drive Yards one of the most famous corporations in the galaxy. Kuat Drive Yards was founded in the early days of the Galactic Republic by a group of human aristocrats known as the Ten. These merchants, led by the Kuat family, joined together with the intent to create the largest, most efficient shipyard in the galaxy. They hired terraformers to change the planet Kuat and the core worlds into a paradise world, while engineers designed and built the first 6 of many orbital shipyard complexes. The project faced opposition from fledgling trade consortia as well as internal dissent within the merchant families. Despite their use of sabotage, espionage, and hired pirate groups, the trade groups failed to stop the Kuat families, who settled their internal differences by signing the inheritance exemption, which gave the Kuat family perpetual control over Kuat Drive Yards. After these early difficulties, the shipyard grew rapidly in both size and prestige, and by 5000 BBY, it was known as the first-class galactic shipbuilder. In the millennia that followed, the shipyards became noted for building warships that served in the Republic Navy throughout both the old Sith Wars and the new Sith Wars. Kuat Drive Yards was not a top-tier shipyard, however. That title was held by the triumvirate made up of Core Galaxy Systems, Corellia Star Drive, and Horsch Kessel Drive, Incorporated. Kuat set its sights on becoming a member of this group and engaged in a vicious competition with Core Galaxy Systems. Between price wars, industrial espionage, and more underhanded tactics, Core Galaxy suffered severe losses and was forced to sell its assets. In 500 BBY, KDY bought the company and retired the Core Galaxy Systems name. With this purchase, Kuat took its place as the top shipbuilder in the Old Republic. It was soon joined by the Corellian Engineering Corporation, which had bought out Corellia Star Drive when the older company lost its entire senior design team in a shuttle accident. KDY quickly earned a reputation as a predatory company. Besides Core Galaxy, Kuat rapidly bought up a number of other small shipbuilders and built factories on a number of worlds outside the Kuat sector. Belderone, Caravis, Rothana, and Xafel were among many worlds to contribute to the KDY construction effort, either directly or through subsidiary corporations such as Rothana Heavy Engineering and, pardon my mispronunciation on this, but Ubrikian Industries. KDY also had a tendency to create subsidiaries to focus on specific markets. For example, Kuat Leisure focused on civilian vessels, Kuat Vehicles built air speeders, land speeders, and speeder bikes, and Kuat Systems Engineering was responsible for starfighter design and light patrol craft. KDY was also a significant member in several commercial and trade groups and had 2 members on the Trade Federation Directorate. The company was also part of the Techno Union of Clone Wars fame, but at some point prior to the Clone Wars decided to cut their ties. Kuat Drive Yards was also a founding member of the Corporate Sector Authority. In exchange for an investment of 50 quadrillion credits, half in direct gifts of credits and equipment, the other half in the purchase of CSA stock and bonds, KDY received a position as a significant signatory sponsor, allowing it complete access to advertise and sell its products in the corporate sector, as well as extremely discounted prices for bulk goods and raw materials, which were necessary for the large-scale construction KDY often undertook. In the centuries prior to the Clone Wars, Kuat Drive Yards entered into a profound and pronounced rivalry with Rendili Star Drive, challenging Rendili's dominance in the supply of small cruisers to planetary security forces by constructing a number of even larger warship designs. These included several massive star destroyers, battle cruisers, and star dreadnoughts, which came into service as part of the Kuat Sector Defense Fleet. KDY's first battle cruiser, the 2,500-meter Procurator class, was launched in 200 BBY and became the template for a series of ever larger and more powerful battleship designs aimed at attracting contracts from wealthy core planets, sectors, and powerful mercantile interests. The Procurator class was refined several times before being supplanted by the 4,000-meter Praetor class battlecruiser. KDY's first star dreadnought design, the 8-kilometer Mandator class, was launched 20 years before the Clone Wars and triggered a slew of orders by wealthy sectors for similar battleships. Rendili Star Drive was skeptical of the utility of such large ships, which fell well outside the warship restrictions of the Rusan Reformations, and consequently could be equipped only with short-ranged local hyperdrives. Nevertheless, KDY's advertising won the ear of senators from wealthy core world sectors, which soon began buying star destroyers, battle cruisers, and star dreadnoughts for their defense fleets. Some of KDY's experimentation with large designs came about due to their membership in the Techno Union. After the split, KDY decided to create new starships only for the Galactic Republic. Just prior to the invasion of Naboo, KDY's advertising had won over many core world senators. 7 of its star dreadnoughts were in service. 3 defended Kuat itself, while the Azure, Ixtalar, Alsaka, and Humbaran sectors had bought 1 each. Meanwhile, dozens of its battlecruisers defended core and colony sectors. It was expected that KDY would support the Trade Federation in its opposition to the Galactic Senate's proposed retaxation of trade routes in the Outer Rim. However, relations between the two entities soured considerably when Newt Gunray orchestrated the assassination of the rest of the Trade Federation Directorate, including the 2 Kuat delegates at the disastrous Eriadu Trade Summit. With KDY and the Trade Federation driven apart, shortly afterwards, KDY's subsidiary Rothana Heavy Engineering was subcontracted by the cloners of Kamino to build a full range of assault starships and combat vehicles for a secret clone army. Despite its earlier Republic commitment, at the beginning of the conflict, Kuat was secretly contracted by the Separatists to build a fleet of heavily armed combat vessels that visually resembled bulk freighters. Some senators later claimed that the Stormfleet contract was an act of treason, but Chancellor Palpatine called it a simple incident of mistaken corporate connections, and KDY escaped punishment. The Clone Army and Rothana Heavy Engineering built vessels soon saw their first action at the Battle of Geonosis, a skirmish which kicked off the Clone Wars. With a number of major shipyards under the control of the Techno Union and other members of the CIS, Kuat was suddenly besieged with orders for capital ships. Within days of the Battle of Geonosis, an order for an additional 1,000 acclimator transports was sent. More orders followed for a wide variety of warships, support vessels, and ground armor, everything from medical ships to heavy assault walkers. And because Kuat Drive Yards is such a broad topic. We're going to continue it in the next part. Please subscribe and like this video to support this series, and I will see you in the next video on Kuat Drive Yards. Thank you.